Hi everyone. Here's a quick video showing how to set up parent-teacher conference appointment slots. This will allow for families to just go online, view all of the time slots available for parent-teacher conferences, and select one. This year you'll see I've already mapped out our elementary parent-teacher conferences are from 1 to 4:30. We have an hour for dinner, and then from 5:30 to 7:45. So the only reason I mapped that out is it was just important for me as a teacher to know, all right, I've got about 345 minutes in those two time slots, and I need to know how many kids are in my class so I can set up the right length of appointment slots to accommodate everyone. So here's how you create the appointment slots that parents can use or families can use to sign up for their conference. So I'm in my Google Calendar. It doesn't matter if you're in day view or week view or whatever view you like. I just happen to be just looking at one day at a time. And I'm just going to click on the create button. And so just like when you set up a normal meeting, you're going to give the meeting a title. And it's important to do this so families will see something when they go to click on the slot. So I'm just going to call it Mrs. Jones Afternoon Conferences. Okay. So once I have the title set up, what I want to do is normally we just leave it, we're setting up an event on our calendar. We don't have to worry about anything else except for the time. I want to choose appointment slots. And so choosing that gives me some options that are a little bit different. So what I want to do is say, what is the time block available that all the slots will be part of? So obviously the first time block we have available is 1 o'clock to 4:30. So I'm going to set that up here. And then I need to say, all right, how long is each appointment slot? So let's just say for the number of students in my class, I want to make them about 20 minutes long a piece. Okay, so I've got the name set up. I clicked appointment slots. I set up the amount of time that we're going to have the slots in, and then I chose what's the length of time for each slot, and I'm going to click save. And you'll notice that on my calendar now, I have this new, it looks like this giant calendar event that's called Mrs. Jones Afternoon Conferences. It's set up for that whole block of time and has this kind of weird little grid icon, which is new. We don't usually see that. I'm going to repeat this process for the 5:30 to 7:45 time block. So I'm going to click create. Again, I'm going to give it a title, which is important. So Mrs. Jones Evening Conferences. I'm going to click on appointment slots and then set the time that these slots are available within. So in this case, it's 5:30 to 7:45. And so I'm just going to get close to 7:45 and then I can edit it here and get it exact. Okay? And then don't forget to set what is the amount of time that you have set aside for each conference. It should be the same as that earlier slot just to be equitable for all families. You just need to plan that ahead of time. And then like before, I hit save. Okay, so I've got these two time blocks set aside. So now the obvious question is, how do I get a way for families to view these time slots and select them? And it's actually pretty simple. So once I have these conference blocks set up, and it doesn't matter which one I click on, I'm just going to click on the first one, but I could do the same thing with the second one. I'm going to open it up. And you'll notice that when I click on it on my calendar, there's this link here that says go to appointment page for this calendar. And so what I really want to do is copy this link and send it out to my families via email or whichever way you communicate best with families. And there are a couple ways to do this. So I could just click on it and then it's going to open up what it's going to look like for families. Don't worry about what it looks like right now. And I could just click up here to highlight the whole link, which as you can see is long. And then I could right click on it and choose copy. I could also do Control C. The other thing I could do, and it just depends on how comfortable you are, is when I click on that on my calendar and I see that blue link, I could also right click on that link itself and choose copy link address. Whichever way is fine. So once I have that copied, I'm just going to go to, here's an email that I set up just as a template to send to my families. And then I'm just going to paste that link in that email to families. And again, it's really long. Don't worry about it. They don't have to type it. They're just going to click on it. So when you send this email, this will be a live link to families that they click on. So let's take a look at what that looks like for families. Just take you to what that's going to look like. And so they're going to go to a very sort of basic looking calendar page. You don't really need to worry about how it looks. And again, they can, if they want, they can look at it in day view or week view. And they're just going to need to navigate to December 16th to see the slots on December 16th. There's also a little shortcut that'll bring them close to it. I'm just going to navigate to it just to make it easier. So I'm going to skip through. And so once I get to that date, Thursday, December 16th, where the parent teachers are scheduled, you'll see there are all these buttons here. And each button represents an available time slot. As families sign up for slots, the buttons disappear. So families can't double book themselves. So if I look at this in day view, so it gives me a much wider view, you'll notice that each button has the whole title of the event that we set up. So I have my afternoon conference buttons here and my evening conference buttons here. And as I put my mouse over a button, it tells me the time slot. So it looks like the buttons overlap, but the time slots themselves don't overlap. So you don't have to stress about that. Just that they make the buttons nice and big, easy for people to read and easier for people to click on or tap on their phone. So if a family wants to sign up for, let's say, this time slot between 2:40 and 3 o'clock, all they do is on their computer or on their phone, they click or tap on it. It automatically puts their name from their Google account here. So you'll see exactly who signed up for it, which is really nice. And they don't have to do anything else. If you wanted to, and this is an extra step, and some families, it may be a little too much to ask, but you could ask families to tell you in the description if they want to do it in person or virtual, just to make your life a little bit easier. But also you can just email them after they sign up for a slot just to find out what they want. It's really up to you. I'm just going to leave it there for now. And once I click save, you'll notice that that button is now gone. So no other family can sign up for that conference slot. So if a family does sign up for a conference slot and then they need to change it, they're going to need to reach out to you. And the way that you could take care of that for them is on your calendar. So if I go to December 16th, so if I go to December 16th on my calendar, I'll see that Paul Barrett signed up for the conference slot starting at 2:40. But if Paul Barrett needs to change that and I want to make that slot available again for families to choose, as the teacher, I just click on that and I just delete it. And if I want to send them a cancellation email, that's fine. I can do that. I will. And then it'll open that slot back up for families. So if I refresh and I go back to the 16th, you'll see that slot's back available again. So that one that I chose right here. So the nice thing is if families need to change, and we know that's going to happen, it's very easy to make that slot open again for them. So I hope this helps. If you would like a copy of that email template that I put together, which has step-by-step directions for the families, just let me know and I'm happy to send that to you. I'll also have some printed directions to walk you through step-by-step. But I know the video makes it easy to see sort of the whole process and how it works. So thanks, and I hope this helps.